And let me just pan a little bit further. Notice how the line looks straight, and then you just get that bend and curvature in there. This is where you can get the quick spin-up tornado. And with the current status of the dead trees here in central Mississippi, even a little bit of an EF0 spin-up tornado, trees breaking off, that's what we had last Saturday. So if you're in the Way-Sharpsburg area, this is in particular where the strongest circulation is headed right now. We're in far northern parts of Madison County. There you can see Canton. Out here is the Sharon community. Davis, Cobbville. Here's Highway 51. Circulation now crossing Interstate 55 to the west of Sharpsburg, and it'll be coming across Sharpsburg here probably in the next 5 minutes and crossing Way on the east side of Interstate 55 right now. Right there, that is the area where we see the circulation passing. Let's check the shear associated with that cell right now, and there you can see the red. Now, a lot of times when we see a tornado embedded in that line, what we see is kind of an S or a curvature in there, and there's just a slight curvature associated with that cell right now. Certainly a quick spin up possible. So if you're up there in the Way community and also Sharpsburg, do expect some really significant wind here. And right here, right around where that little circulation is, we see a couple intense lightning strikes as well. This is a characteristic of a quick spin-up tornado associated with that. Moving to the east-northeast at about 50 miles per hour. So if you're out in Camden, keep an eye on this. Again, if you're just tuning in and the sirens are going off in the county of Madison, this is a tornado warning for the northern parts of the county. This is to the north of Canton, does not include areas south of Canton, so Madison, Ridgeland, Germantown, these areas, Deerfield, are not included, and then up towards Farmhaven there, you are not included in this tornado warning. This is for the northern parts of Madison County. Now, further out here, let's look at this line a little bit closer. And we pan down here. Really, the back edge of the severe threat is coming into the western parts of Hinds County, moving out of Claiborne County right now, strong cell down that way. So this all still has to pass across the area. There was a severe thunderstorm warning for Warren and Claiborne County. That cell is making its way to the east and a little bit further to the south. It's not quite as strong as it was a short time ago. You can really see the development of these cells when you put them in motion with time. Again, you get that little notch on that cell up in Madison County and a push of wind crossing Interstate 55 near Way, so that's what the warning is for there. And we do have another developing cell developing to the west of Jackson, and this is building some very heavy rain approaching Flora and across the northwestern parts of Hinds County, a push of wind associated with that cell as well. So you can see the embedded areas of intense storms. Now we also have a circulation which has just developed. Watch this supercell. This came out of eastern Madison County, and we now have a tornado warning for Carthage. There it is, that supercell. Quick spin-up tornadoes. Now this line continues to move to the east, and this cell has actually developed out ahead of the main line. This cell approaching Carthage certainly does have a better chance of maybe producing more than a quick spin up. It may try to produce something that lasts a little bit longer, and we can check the velocity with this as well. And we do have a warning ring associated with that. This is headed up towards Carthage, and in 15 minutes or less in time, this cell will be up towards Carthage. So continue to monitor this cell as it moves up towards Carthage. This is our new tornado warning just issued. This will be in effect till about 7:15 this evening. So we have a couple tornado warnings across the area. Give you the wide view. We have the tornado warning across for Leake County, and the cell that was coming out of the northern parts of Madison County, tornado warning with that. But here again, we're seeing more of a straight edge, but right over Sharpsburg, some pretty significant wind right in that area. If there's going to be a spin-up tornado, it's over Sharpsburg. So 2 areas of concern right now: far northern Madison County up towards Sharpsburg, possible tornado there, and we certainly see a circulation. This has really been the strongest circulation that I have seen as we've been watching the storms through the course of the evening. So now's a good time to get into your safe place up towards the Carthage area. This is up Drysdale, Pigden, and there is a very nice circulation associated with that. So you want to take this storm very, very seriously because it looks like it's going to try to produce a tornado as it approaches Carthage. Heads up there. All right, let's get a quick update from Katie. She's been analyzing all these storms.
Yep, so while David's watching those 2 tornado warnings, I'll give you a big picture of what's going on. We've had some really strong wind gusts. We picked up over 40 miles per hour at the airport as the line of strong winds and heavy gusts continue to make its way across the forecast area. So right now, big picture of what's going on, we have 2 tornado warnings in effect, and we have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings in effect, and then most of the area southeast and far south still in that tornado watch until 9. So there's the line. It's a really messy line of heavy rain and gusty winds right now. A couple of some lightning strikes continue to pass off, and wind gusts have been up even before this line moved in across the forecast area. It's been up over 20, 30. We picked up 40 at the airport, so some really gusty winds. This looks to be one of the main concerns for tonight. I'm going to switch over to one of our sky cams because this was shaking nonstop just a few minutes ago, and you can see here very gloomy outside. It's starting to shake, but just know, strong wind gusts here across the area. So big picture of what's going on, we're continuing to track that rain and the storms moving across, not over our southeastern counties just yet, but a couple of some isolated downpours still down there towards Macomb and Columbus. But we have heavy rain from Kosciuszko, Metro, Crystal Springs, all the way down towards Natchez, and there's a good push of wind in some of these, embedded in some of these storms. So just heads up for that. Really not good for the trees that are still laying around here from last weekend. We're starting to get some lighter rain just north of Vicksburg over Issaquena and Sharkey County. They're no longer in that severe threat because the main line is right over parts of the metro, all the way down towards Natchez and Kosciuszko. You could see where that precipitation is high in that purple color and red color, just north of Canton at the moment, a couple spots over towards Crystal Springs, south of Vicksburg, a couple of some lightning strikes over there as well. And let's see if I have my wind gust map here. You could see they are up right now. Really strong wind gusts here across the forecast area. Like I said, we picked up over 40 over in Jackson. We're getting up to 60 Kosciuszko. So really strong wind gusts here across, and over 30 down towards our southeastern counties. They're not even seeing the rain just yet. All right, let's toss it over back to David. He'll have another update on that tornado warning.
Oh, yeah, it's really bearing down on Carthage here over the next couple of minutes. Got a timeline on it, just a couple of minutes now. Got a circulation coming into Carthage, moving to the northeast at about 50 miles per hour. We've had a warning ring associated with that cell. Let me get a time lapse here. We'll just do 15 minutes, and you can see the circulation right there. Put the velocity back up. Just going to give you the heads up in that area. And there you can see, watch it coming in from the northeast at about 50 miles per hour, give you the latest view. So coming up on Carthage, heads up, and it really does look like, and looking at the data, that this could be producing, if it is not producing a tornado right now, it could do so very shortly. Carthage in the path, and here you see Goshen about 4 minutes, Luther 8 minutes, Midway 9 minutes. Again, these are communities up in Leake County and Williston. It's moving to the northeast at 50, so if you see your town like Edinburgh, Alice, continue to monitor this cell. This is really the most defined cell with a circulation that we've seen through the course of this evening. So very possible that could be producing a tornado right now as it's coming into the Carthage area. You can see we certainly are seeing some dangerous turning of the winds in that area. Let's check the debris signature right now. Not, again, the debris signature is looking at this, and when you see these uniform colors, it's seeing the same thing, but it's when, say, a blue blob sticks out, that's when it's seeing perhaps some debris, tree, something different other than rain that sticks out on radar, and we're not seeing that right now. But this, looking at the data, certainly could be producing a tornado, and it is coming right into Carthage right now. Here you can see Highway 35, Highway 16, and that is a nasty looking cell right there. So heads up Carthage, and then Goshen, McAfee, Redwater, Midway, you are in the path of this potential tornado. You can see the times changing. This is estimating the time into your community and that circulation right over Carthage right now. This is the area we're looking at, right in there. And no doubt about it, circulation there. We're seeing the shear associated with that line of storms moving in as well. So all our little triggers that we watch in tracking these cells indicating that this certainly is something that we're concerned about right now as it moves into Carthage. A lot of wind, even if you're not right under that circulation. All these cells have been producing a lot of wind associated with them. So you got wind, rain, and it looks like what could be a tornado up in that part of Leake County, moving right across Carthage. Looking at that circulation right now, looks like it may have moved just on the south side of Carthage. Here's Highway 16, so that circulation very close to Highway 16 or just on the south side of Highway 16. And again, there is our warning ring popping up. So East Franklin Street. Here's the community of McAfee, just off Highway 16 east there. These are all areas that are seeing some significant twisting of the wind, and we have a potential tornado on the ground in this area. Heads up, and especially keeping track upwind, further upwind, Sunrise, Battle Bluff. Basically, if you know where Highway 16 is, this cell will be tracking right up along and very close to Highway 16, especially on the south side. So we want to start thinking upwind, Sunrise, Battle Bluff, and then even further up Edinburgh, right along Highway 16. This cell is zipping along at 50 miles per hour. Ooh, that was a big thunder we just had here at the television station right now. All right, let's go back. Katie, give us, you need to be on the Madison County cell. Keep us updated on that. We're tracking 2 tornado warnings right now. This certainly is the strongest of the 2. Tornado warning for Leake County. The cell has passed Carthage, coming up on the McAfee community right now. And all our weather elements that we're looking, you can see right there. Look at that shear coming up right over McAfee. All right, let's get a quick update on that circulation in Madison County, and then I'll come back to the storm in Leake County.
All right, you can see here over the past 15 minutes that circulation is still holding up together right now, which is south of Truett, looks like to the west of Camden at the moment, and to the east of Loring. So I'm gonna put this in pause and I'll circulate here. That circulation is still holding up together, and that's what we're seeing right now. So it looks like, this is the one in Madison, it's right over Rocky Hill Road. Looks like to the east of Loring Road and just to the west of Ross Road. That's where that area of rotation is in Madison. And this has been holding together for the past 10 minutes. So we're still seeing that area of potential rotation. Like David mentioned, the other one is stronger, but this doesn't mean that this can't do damage. Possible area of rotation that we're watching. Let's get some communities on here and show you where it's heading. So going long, and this is moving around 40, 50 miles per hour. So Thomastown, probably within the next 20 minutes. Looks like Zamuli around 25 minutes, Conway 28 minutes, McVille 28 minutes, Dowell 30 minutes, Singleton over 30 minutes. This is moving fairly quick, and the rotation is right now just to the east of Loring and to the west of Camden, south of Cameron right now. That's where that potential area of rotation is. So that's where it is. It's tracking in that northeast direction. And those are the towns. So if you see your town up right now, heads up, potential rotation is on the way for you guys. So another zoom in right now. Also some gusty winds associated with this. Let's see if I can turn on our velocity and pixel query some of this. So we're looking at winds upwards of 40 to 50 miles per hour, and that's where that potential rotation is. Again, south of Truett, looks like to the east of Loring, and it's holding together over the past few scans. So let's toss it to David and have another update on the other tornado warning.
Yeah, these cells, again, keep in mind, moving to the northeast at about 50. So between Truett and Camden, that's where the rough stuff is right now. This cell has passed Carthage, coming across Goshen and McAfee right now in Leake County. And right in this area, our severe weather button is detecting winds up around 70 miles per hour associated with that cell. Keep in mind, as I mentioned, it's moving right along and close to Highway 16. It'll be up in the Sunrise community in less than 5 minutes' time. When it's moving at 50 miles per hour, that is a significant speed. Right there it is. You can see it right along Highway 16. Let's check the velocity associated with that cell right now. So we continue to see that circulation. Already now, looks like it's past McAfee, coming up on Sunrise, Battle Bluff, and Pearl Hill. All these areas, Sunrise is just the next minute, and then coming up to Battle Bluff and Pearl right along Highway 16, and then Edinburgh. So here you're looking at less than 5 minutes and maybe about 10 minutes time if it continues to hold together up towards Edinburgh. Again, this is a very decent circulation. Continue to watch the shear associated with that. So everything's just lining up. We got the rotation, we have the warning ring, we have the shear. Could check the shear swath, the path that this cell has developed, and you can see doesn't necessarily mean that it was producing a tornado at this time, but this cell exhibited rotation as it was coming out of southeastern parts of Madison County, and then continued into Leake County, and then continued on and looked like it really developed some significant rotation as it was approaching Carthage, and continues to exhibit that rotation right now as it's moving right along Highway 16. The shear swath just as a compilation over time of this image, so it just keeps slapping it down and keeps track of it, and so that's how we can see the path of that cell as it moves off to the northeast. Again, update, moving along, and Highway 16 takes a little bit of a north tick as you approach Battle Bluff, so you'll probably see that circulation just to the south of Highway 16 between Battle Bluff and Williston. That is the target location for this current cell to move into that area. It is, so let me just circle here. I can show you on here. This is the circulation that we're seeing right there, and it's been really tracking fairly steadily off to the northeast. So this will take it up towards Edinburgh, coming into Battle Bluff, Williston here in the next 1 to 2 minutes, and then up to Edinburgh somewhere in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So if you're the direct path of this cell, you need to take shelter, get to your interior room as that cell does approach your area. It's holding together, and as I said, all our elements are lining up and coming together. So confidence is pretty high that this could be producing a tornado, or if it is not, there's significant wind here, and there certainly could be a tornado at any time. Now also, excuse me, with the wind, we can see that there is a lot of rain associated with that. Really hard to see it. If there is a tornado in here, it would be hidden in rain, embedded in the area of heavy rain, moving along Highway 16 with that storm. So you got a rain-wrapped possible tornado coming across Leake County into the east part of the county right now, and that will be coming up into the Edinburgh community. So Strong storm, we're seeing lots of data. We'll check the debris again, see if we can see anything, but here again, still looks like all uniform, so good sign here. We're not seeing any debris. The radar seeing everything the same, so it all looks like it is rain at this time. Now these cells really haven't been producing any kind of significant hail, and it doesn't look like that is a worry with this storm. But update has the cell right over Battle Bluff now along Highway 16. This will pass just to the north of Williston, and then the next community along this path will be Edinburgh. This cell is moving at close to 50 miles per hour. I can do another track on that cell if I can draw it long enough. And this just, again, gives you an update of these communities. So Edinburgh, we're now less than 5 minutes, and then up to 16 minutes in the Arlington community, following Highway 16 up towards Edinburgh right now. All right, let's get another update on that cell in Madison County near Camden from Katie.
All right, I have it on a lapse right now over the past 15 minutes, and it was a little bit stronger the last scan. You could see it's holding together, but then here's the latest scan. You could still see that couplet, the red and the green, so it looks like it's just north of Camden. And I'm gonna put this in pause and we can get a zoom in on those communities. So there's that circulation. It looks like it's right over Deer Road. Looks like to the west of Fire Tower Road, to the east of Highway 17. It was right over Highway 17 the last scan. So these storms are moving at a quick rate, and right now it's looking like it's right over parts of Deer Road. So that's where that potential rotation could be. It's tracking in that northeast direction, and along with the gusty winds, we're also seeing some really heavy rain. So if there is a potential rotation in this, it's going to be really hard to see, but it's right over Deer Road. It's approaching Fire Tower Road within the next couple of minutes. It's just to the east of Highway 17. And then let's switch over to our velocity. Some really strong winds in this. Really not a good situation to be out. And then as we switch over to our debris, not really seeing anything in terms of debris. Everything is just uniform over here. So this is all just rain that we're looking at right now. Let's give another look here at our velocity. We're still seeing that couplet holding together. Put it in play over the past 15 minutes. And you could see there it is. It's just running through. Last scan, looks like it might be weakening. So good thing is, the last scan, it looks like it might be on the downtrend. So we'll continue to watch that, but let's toss it over to David.
Yeah, it looks like coming across Fire Tower Road there, certainly a weakening trend. Let's go right over to Storm Shield 16 at 3D. Here is Pearl Hill, Edinburgh, still looking at that circulation, and a rain-wrapped tornado possible here. And notice the heaviest rain, we just have that curvature right in this area. Still all seeing signs that this could be producing a tornado as it is heading into Edinburgh. Now let's go back over to the maps. We have a cell crossing southeastern Hinds County, getting ready to move into southwestern Rankin County. And there you see it. Byram, Terry, very heavy winds, and we'll see there is a severe thunderstorm warning with this cell right now, but it's certainly possible that it may try to spin up something just like these other cells. We'll continue to watch it very closely. Now, this cell in particular that has just passed Terry and getting ready to move into southwest parts of Rankin County is going to be headed up towards Richland, the Monterey community, maybe making it to the south side of Brandon. It is moving to the northeast at about 50 miles per hour. We'll watch this cell very closely because it certainly is out ahead of that line and would have the potential to wrap up, get a little bit of a circulation, and maybe try to produce a tornado associated with that. There is a wide view of this line that is crossing the viewing area right now. Let me stop it. For folks that are watching, I want to draw a line on here along this line. So basically, I'll draw a line from Kosciuszko down to Canton, into Utica, down towards Port Gibson, and to the east of Natchez. To the west of that line, the threat of severe weather has ended. Back here, no longer a threat of severe weather to the west or northwest of that line. Temperatures are falling quickly into the 50s. It is right along this main line of storms that we're concerned that something could spin up, and we'll watch this area out here in areas to the southeast for any kind of development as well. Most of the stronger storms have pretty much been from Jackson to the north, where we've had a little bit stronger wind energy at cloud level as these cells have been moving through. You can see we have another cell which has just moved out of Adams County and is now moving into Roxy. This is Franklin County, and as that moves off to the northeast at about 50 miles per hour, we could see a little bit of development associated with that. Let's do a time lapse so you can see where you are, what's going on, and what is headed your way. So this line here in southwest Mississippi, which is east of Natchez, would be up to Brookhaven and Macomb in about an hour's time. So that would be, 7:45 or so. And here in the Jackson metro area, this line is going to continue to move to the east, probably in the next 30 minutes or so. The worst of the weather will be on the east side of the metro area. So 2 tornado warnings continue. Did look like that one in Madison County was weakening significantly the last time Katie took a look at that. And the cell that was in Leake County will be leaving our viewing area here very shortly because it'll be headed over into Neshoba County. But there it is, right across. Ooh, look at that. It has already passed the Edinburgh community. So, when they're moving 50, 60 miles per hour, it's like driving the car. You know how fast you move along the road. So this cell has just zipped lickety-split across Leake County, and you continue to see, there's the circulation. Watch it move across. This is just a 30-minute time lapse that zipped across the county, talking about Leake County, just like that in 30 minutes. So it's exiting Leake County, moving into Neshoba County right now. Let's go back to Katie. It looks like that line, I don't really see much of a circulation now. It looks like straight line wind with the other warning in Madison County.
Yeah, I don't either. So you could see it right there. There's that circulation 15-minute time lapse. It moves just north of Camden, south of Cameron, and then you can see it just gusts out. So I'm not seeing that potential rotation anymore. Looks like just gusty winds as well as some heavy rain still here across parts of Madison. Attala County, you guys are included in that tornado warning, but like I said, not really seeing any potential threat for rotation, but we still got a lot of heavy rain going on across the area. You can see just blinding rain just to the west of Camden over Cameron as well. Heavy rain over there, a couple of some lightning strikes, but nothing super intense at the moment. Really, the heavy rain continues far south down to parts of the metro. And then going into the rest of the forecast area, we'll do a wide picture of what's happening. So I'm not really too concerned about that tornado warning for parts of Madison, southern Attala County. Looks like that has gusted out. We just have that one storm that David was watching, and then we have a severe thunderstorm warning now in place for parts of Rankin and eastern Hinds County at the moment. But for everyone else, we have heavy rain all the way down towards Natchez, a couple of some lightning strikes. It's now spilling in over towards our southeastern counties, a couple of some light showers over there, but this is the main line that we're watching. We're getting a little bit of some dry patches over towards Rolling Fork, where they got to see a lot of that rain earlier today. So big picture of what's going on. Again, the main threats, damaging wind gusts here across the area, heavy rain, and we have a few active alerts going on right now, 3, but not really concerned about that area over in Madison and southern Attala. Looks like that area of rotation has gusted out. Let's toss back to David.
Let's turn on to what may happen. Let's go over to Storm Shield 16 3D. There's 2 areas to watch. One is between Canton and Madison, pretty close to Germantown. Still looks like straight line winds, but a developing push of wind up here. I don't see any rotation right now, but if you look at the radar image, there's a little bit of a bulge here where you're getting that push of wind. So perhaps something may or try to develop here. So this is a storm that keeps a close eye on. No warning on it at this time, but again, this is just an area in parts of Madison County to be concerned about. Now, I will say, if you're to the west of this line, back towards Flora and really into Clinton, the threat of severe weather here in these areas is over. And here's this storm that I've been talking about down in, well, it's now in southwest Rankin County, so it's moved out of Hinds County. It's moved away from Byram and Terry. There's certainly some wind in there, and just here on the southern tail end of that, coming up on the Florence area, maybe a push of wind has developed there as well. This cell is severe thunderstorm warned. All right, let's go back over to my maps now and look up here, and we'll do a quick animation, but that's the area I was talking about, Germantown, Gluckstadt. See that little protrusion there, a little push of wind that has developed there. I'll just do a little bit of a 15-minute, and you can see how it really looks like there was more wind back towards Anderson and Flora, and that cell is gusting out now, and you see the winds spreading out in association with that. So less of a concern with that cell developing any kind of circulation at this time. Now, a little bit further to the south, down into this area of southwestern parts of Rankin County, can see some wind crossing Highway 49, zipping past Flora. That's how fast these storms are moving. Again, keep in mind they're moving at about 50 miles per hour, reduced storm relative velocity. That keeps up with the fast-moving cells a little bit better. And you can see where the highlighted red is redder than the surrounding areas. Coming up on the Monterey community right now, nice push of wind here, and this will continue up probably to the south side of Brandon, out towards the Sherwood Forest community and out towards Highway 18 there where Brandon High School is. Severe thunderstorm warning continues with this cell, and do note that the lightning strikes continue right along this cell. So this is a nasty cell moving across southwestern parts of Rankin County, headed towards central Rankin County, in particular near Crossgates, Brandon High School, and the Sherwood Forest community. All right, let's go wide here, see what's going on, and really and truly it's this leading edge of storms which provides the threat of severe weather. Yeah, it's raining back in Vicksburg and western Hinds County, but the threat of severe weather has passed there. We have this one cell, no warning on it right now, but there is a push of wind up towards Germantown and Gluckstadt, some gusty winds there. As that heads towards far eastern Madison County, southern Rankin over towards Leake, and the northwestern parts of Scott County, we'll keep an eye for development on that cell. Right now, we'll just continue to monitor these cells as they move across the area. We have no tornado warnings in the viewing area at this time, which is always a good thing, but we do have the severe thunderstorm warning for Rankin County, some heavy rain and gusty winds moving across the central and southern sections of Rankin County. And you can see across that cell really some decent lightnings. We had a big clap of thunder here at the television station just a short time ago. Heavy rain back across the Raymond area coming into West Jackson, Presidential Hills, Clinton, very heavy rainfall, very possible as this activity moves through the Jackson area that we will see a quick ½ inch to inch of rain with these cells moving through. Right now, the only warning is a severe thunderstorm warning for Rankin County, cell coming up on Brandon right now. We're going to be watching the cells very closely as this line continues to push eastward. Keep it right here.